In the prosperous kingdom of Enthusanthia, there lived a young and very handsome prince named Lucas. His parents, the king and the queen, named him Lucas, so that he would be a beacon of light for their kingdom. Unfortunately, he suffered from a peculiar problem that has been plaguing him since childhood. He feels drowsy at all times, irrespective of the time of day. As Lucas struggled to fulfill his royal duties, rumors spread throughout the kingdom that he was under someone's spell for his unusual drowsiness. Lucas himself came to believe this rumor, convinced that some wizard might have put a spell on him. He spent most of the daytime sitting or sleeping, with occasional roam around the palace. Lucas spent very less time on his official duties. His parents, the king and the queen, were quite worried for his and the kingdom's future. Lucas's advisors and subjects grew increasingly concerned, but their efforts to cure him proved futile. One eventful morning, as Lucas sat at the council table, the council suggested Lucas to visit the entire kingdom to put the rumor about the sleepy spell to rest. Lucas found himself drifting in and out of consciousness, his mind clouded by exhaustion during the entire discussion. Determined to prove himself, despite his condition, Lucas decided to visit the entire kingdom on horseback. However, his journey was fraught with misfortune from the outset. A series of mishaps and misadventures befell him at every turn, from losing his way in the dense forest to falling victim to a bandit ambush. Lucas wakes up suddenly after a nightmare in a place where he was not familiar with. He hears sounds of children and looks out the window. He sees children happily playing outside. With plenty of questions in his mind, Lucas went out of the house to find answers. A man stopped him and introduced himself as the village chief. He told Lucas that his villagers rescued Lucas from the bandits and suggested Lucas to have a look around the village. Lucas went around and saw everyone in the village were busy working and no one in the village was sitting idle anywhere. He then returned to the village chief, who said that everyone has to work to eat, as does Lucas. Lucas was taken aback on hearing this, since he had not done any work since his childhood. He started working by helping the villagers with simple things. Later in the day, he met the village chief again and told him about his sleepy curse. The chief explained to Lucas that it was not a curse or a spell that made him sleepy at all times. It was his laziness. Since childhood he got everything that he wanted wherever he was, and there was no need for him to move around. Without any activity, Lucas became lazy over time. His brain got adjusted to his laziness, and Lucas ended up with the peculiar condition of feeling sleepy at all times. Lucas began to realize that he no longer felt sleepy. With newfound purpose, Lucas threw himself into the task at hand, working alongside the villagers to rebuild their homes and help in their livelihoods. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Lucas found himself growing stronger, his lethargy waning with each passing day. The king and the queen came to know about his whereabouts, but since Lucas loved working and living in the village, they were happy for him and did not bother him. After several months, Lucas returned to Enthusanthia, determined to be a better prince for his people. He attended council meetings with renewed strength, his mind sharp and focused. He implemented reforms to improve the lives of his subjects, and under his wise rule the kingdom prospered as never before. He regularly went around his kingdom riding his horse and kept himself busy at all times. In time, Lucas's affliction became nothing more than a distant memory, a reminder of the journey that had led him to discover his true strength. And as he looked out upon the kingdom he had worked so hard to protect, Lucas knew that he had overcome only his own laziness, but also the doubts that had plagued him for so long. The message echoed throughout the land, inspiring others to rise above their own limitations and strive for greatness. And so, the tale of Prince Lucas the Sleepy Handsome came to an end, leaving behind a legacy of perseverance and determination for generations to come. Wait, the story is not over yet. Unknown to Prince Lucas, which he may or may never know, the village chief is actually the king's half-brother. It was the king's plan all along to send him to visit the kingdom, get him lost in the forest, and the bandits were really the king's men. The end. Hope you liked the story. To watch more stories, visit our YouTube channel, RJCube Stories. Don't forget to subscribe. See you on yet another adventure. Ciao.